For number 11, we are going to reduce this algebraic fraction. We have x squared minus 5x over x squared minus 25. Before we work on this equation, let's talk about how we can reduce the regular fraction first, so we can get the idea. In fact, they are very similar. And let me use this as an example first.
Let's talk about how we can reduce the fraction 35 over 77. To do this, what we do first is, let's look at the numerator, and we are going to factor out the 35. Well, we know that 1 times 4 will give us 35. 5 times 7. And then we will do the same on the bottom. We have to ask ourselves, 1 times 4 will give us 77. We know that 7 times 11 will give us 77. As you can see, the first step is we factor out the top, and then we factor out the bottom. And then we look for, is there any common factor that we have on the top and on the bottom? Yes, we do. Here we have the 7 on the top, can be cancelled with this 7 on the bottom. So that's how we reduce a regular fraction. At the end, we just put down the answer. We only have the 5 on the top. Over, we only have the 11 on the bottom. That's it.
Now let's move back to the algebraic fraction. Same idea. We are going to factor out the top, and then we are going to factor out the bottom. And then we look for anything in common, and then we cancel them out. Let's go ahead and do that. On the top, we have x squared minus 5x. For x squared, it means that we have x times x. And then the 5x means that we have 5 times x. In between is the subtraction. This is exactly what's going on. As we can see, these two terms, they both have an x in common. For the first term, I will color in one of the x in blue. And for the second term, I will color in this x in blue. And what we can do is, we can factor out the common x. So I will put down the x on the outside, and I'll put in the parentheses. And for the inside, that will be for the remaining terms. For the first term, originally we had x times x, but this x is outside already, and we just have this red x inside. And then bring down the minus. Originally, for the second term, we have 5 times x, but the blue x is being factored out already, so we just have the 5 left. That's it. X times the parentheses, x minus 5. That's a factoring for the numerator. And now let's proceed with the denominator, but in this case, it requires a different factoring technique. Here we have x squared minus 25. If you want to do the similar things, here we only have x times x, and the 25 is like 5 times 5. They have nothing in common. Here we'll use a different technique, because we see that we have x squared, and then for the 25, we can look at this as 5 squared. And let me write this down for you guys. For the first part, we have x to the second power, and then minus the 25 is saying 5 to the second power. This is a difference of 2 squares, and then we have a formula to do this factoring. And let me show you what the formula is. Whenever we have the situation a squared minus b squared, we can factor this out as a minus b in the first parentheses times a plus b in the second parentheses. And that's exactly what we have right here, where x is the a and the 5 is the b. Therefore, we can employ this formula to factor this out. So we will have 2 parentheses like this. For the first parentheses, we will have x minus 5, because once again, the x is the a, the 5 is the b. And then for the second parentheses, we'll have once again the x, but in this case, we will have the plus. So let me write down the plus right here, and then the b is a 5. As you can see, x squared minus 5 squared, it's the same as x minus 5 times x plus 5. This is the factoring for that. Let me put this together nicely for you guys. On the top, after we factor x squared minus 5x, we have x times x minus 5. So I'll put down x times x minus 5. And then for the bottom, we have x minus 5 times x plus 5. Do we have any factor in common? Yes, we do. This x minus 5 can be cancelled with this x minus 5. They are exactly the same factor. So we can cancel this out with that. Therefore, we will end up with x on the top over x plus 5 on the bottom. And this right here will be the final result. And as we can see, this is answer choice A right here. That's it for number 11.